Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a Sally Halloween makeup tutorial. I've been wanting to do this look for a long time, but I don't know why I never did it. Cosmobyhaley just did a tutorial and I think her tutorial was amazing, so I'm going to try to follow it a little bit. I'm also going to have some pictures from Pinterest for reference. I know that Madeyewlook also has tutorials on Sally, and I also love the fact that she does the clothes with body paint, so that's amazing. And I don't know if I want to try that yet just because it seems kind of complex, but we will see how I feel once I'm done with the face. And I do not have a wig, so I feel like that's the only thing that I don't have to complete the look, so I think I'm just gonna have to suck it up and leave the wig out. If you guys are new to my channel, I'm Rossi. I run a blog called AyRGalaxy. Link is in the description. I also have been doing Halloween videos for pretty much the entire month. I'm doing 2 each week. So if you missed out on seeing those, I also have the links in the description as well as the playlist. After this look, I do have only one more look, and I'm so incredibly sad that this series is coming to an end. But I've had so much fun and I feel like I'm learning a lot from my mistakes. Overall, I would say it's an incredible experience, something that I feel everybody should try at least once, because you never know if you'll be good at it or not until you try it. But yes, enough chit chat and let's get started with this tutorial. Okay guys, let's get started. Don't mind my awful hair. I did apply primer as a layer of protection from all the paint I will be adding to my face. I'm using Elmer's glue stick and brushing upward to keep my brows at bay. I had never done this before and I was pleasantly surprised that it worked so well, but I think I could have done a few more layers of glue. I'm applying some Tarte Smooth Operator finishing powder on the brows to set them. I will be using the Wet n Wild white paint pot and this paint palette. Using this gorgeous blue shade, I'm mixing it with the white one to get a lighter blue color. I actually got this idea from Cosmobyhaley because she did this in her Sally tutorial. I will link her video down below. Anyway, I'm applying this blue shade all over my face and then using a beauty sponge to blend it out. Up until now, I've been using only brushes with these paints, so it would look terrible on the skin, but I learned that blending them with a beauty sponge is much better. I get an even finish. Using the white paint pot, I'm highlighting under the eyes and chin to get that contoured effect so it's not so flat. I'm applying the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk on my lower lash line as a guide of where the eyes will be. With the e.l.f. Perfect Finish HD powder, I'm setting everything. I've been using this powder a lot and I'm so happy that I finally hit the pan. Going into the BH Cosmetics Take Me to Brazil palette, I'm dipping into this minty green shade to contour my cheeks. I liked how Cosmobyhaley contoured her face, so I did my best to find similar shades that she used. I will be applying this shade on my forehead as well as on my chin. Going back into the palette, I'm using this blue shade and applying it right on top of the previous one. I'll admit I didn't like how it was looking, so I went into this 88 matte color palette from BH Cosmetics and dipped into this darker greenish blue shade to make the contour a bit darker. Using the minty green shade again, I'm outlining where the lower lash line will actually end and how far up I want to bring this shade as well. With the same shade, I'm applying it right above the crease and also blending out the lower lash line. And I will be using that darker green blue shade from the 88 matte palette as well to create a little bit of dimension on the eyes. Dipping into this very white shade, I'm applying it on the eyelids to brighten them a little bit. Going back into the paint palette, I'm using that blue shade again to start drawing the stitches on Sally's face. This isn't necessary, but I like to use lighter colors to sketch everything out first. When it falls in the wind, I'm going over the stitches with the white paint pot, and they actually came out much thicker than I meant to in the end, but that's because of the brush I was using. Next time I'll be sure to use a different one. Using a liquid eyeliner pen, I'm going over the stitch line so it's more noticeable. And I'll be repeating a few steps here, just FYI. Going over the stitches again with white paint. With this blue shade, I'm kind of adding some shadows to the stitch lines so they pop more. And I'm using the same shade on the ends of the stitches to add more depth. And again, adding more depth to the stitches by applying the blue shade along the edges of each stitch. Using the liquid eyeliner pen, I'm gently going over the white stitches. I just want a lighter grayish color. And again, going over with that white paint. This makes the stitches pop just a bit more. With the liquid eyeliner, I added some more light shading to the ends of the stitches because I thought it would look like they had more depth, just like Madeyewlook Sally creation. I swear I've seen you before, holding your shoes in your hands. I will be contouring my nose a little bit as well by applying the minty green shade along the bridge of my nose. I did end up deciding to go ahead and paint the clothes because I felt like the look wasn't complete. So I'm using the NYX Jumbp Eye Pencil in Milk to outline the different parts of her dress. Then I'm using the blue and white paint mixture and adding that onto the neck and blending it out with a beauty sponge. Using this coral shade from the Wet n Wild paint palette, I'll be applying that to the right side of my chest, being careful around the edges of the blue. I'm also drawing a white line on my arm where the next shade will go, fill it in, and then blend out. I'm using this yellow shade and applying it to the other side and just repeat the process. Dipping into this NYX Primal Colors Pressed Pigment in Hot Yellow, I'm using that to set the yellow paint. And using the e.l.f. Perfect Finish HD powder, I'm setting the blue and the coral/pink paint. I'm going to apply this greenish paint to my right shoulder, and I'm also trying to make it look like it's an actual sleeve by flaring out the paints on the ends. And I will be applying this shade right on top to set it and to deepen the color. On the left shoulder, I'm drawing that sleeve, and I'll be adding the yellow shade from the paint palette. This sleeve is technically orange, but I thought this yellow paint was a good base for it. I'll be using a mixture of these two orange shades and applying them on top of the yellow paint. These shades were applying a bit patchy and my camera died in the middle of this, but I also used the shade Drinks from the Laura Lee Party Animal palette to get that deeper orange shade. I used the NYX liquid liner to draw the lines on the left sleeve and to add the stitches that holds each fabric piece together on her dress. Now I'm sketching out the stitches on the neck and chest. I'm doing the exact same thing I did with the stitches in my face. I didn't get as detailed on these because I didn't think it would be necessary, but I got as close as possible. And I'll be skipping the rest since I already did it for the face. I'm dipping into this purple shade to sketch the spiral on her dress. It was really hard to get nice, clean, and even lines, so please don't judge me here. I'm not good at this.
And using the Kat Von D tattoo liner because it has the thinnest tip, I'm going over the purple sketch lines to the best of my ability. Again, not great. Lastly, I'm using this e.l.f. Cosmetics moisturizing lipstick in Razzle Dazzle Red, and I'm overlaying my lips just a tad bit.
Okay, you guys, that's it. I'm completely done with this look, and I did end up doing the clothes. I'm really pleased with how everything came out. Obviously the lines on this side are not as straight. These are not as straight as it could be, so as you can see, it's not perfect. But I am so happy about the entire look. The way it just came out in general is just, I love it. This is probably my favorite look that I've done so far, and I'm really happy with it. I didn't really do as much detail on these on the neck and chest as the ones I did on my face. So the ones on my face are a little bit more detailed. Didn't really do much on the eyes either. I didn't want to do any winged eyeliner because I kind of wanted you to sort of get the illusion that my eye is a little bit bigger. So I did bring the white shade a little bit lower. And I did also use a white eyeshadow on my lid so that when I open my eyes, you can kind of see a little bit of white as well. The lashes also make my eyes a little bit bigger. And I didn't have any dramatic looking ones, although I wish I kind of did, because she does have she has huge eyelashes. I love the contour and the stitches, the clothes. I'm so glad that I decided to do this entire thing. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next week.